and I promise you that really is the name of this movie, focuses on Detective Fox, who loves work and alcohol. After going to AA, his sponsor Chip becomes the main suspect in his investigation of a missing kid. Fox also starts to believe that people are disappearing up Chip's butt. Yeah, you heard that right. This movie is really, really out there. It's written and directed by Tyler Cornack, who also plays Chip here, and it's basically one giant parody of police dramas, almost in the vein of The Naked Gun, though it takes the deadpan, straight-faced nature of that film and cranks it up a few notches. It plays out almost like one giant episode of a totally bonkers Adult Swim show. So I will say, right up front, you're either gonna love this one or despise it. You may even just hear the title and be immediately turned off by it. The premise is obviously absurd, and the one long-running joke is that everyone treats this situation incredibly seriously and will say a lot of these really silly lines with a totally straight face and a ton of conviction. Now, I've seen a lot of movies that try to do something similar, but wind up falling into this trap where they become the thing they're trying to parody and will instead be presented with what's essentially a straightforward drama with only this one-off thing about the whole film. This movie does not fall into that trap, thankfully. Even though everything's said so seriously, it's still all said and done a notch above what you normally hear in these sort of films. So it's essentially the filmmaker signaling to the audience that it knows just how ridiculous it is and embracing it. Like, the lines will be delivered in a bit more overly dramatic fashion, and if there's a close-up, the shot will be even tighter than you'd see it in a truly dramatic film. And if a character's facial expression is meant to be angry or disturbed, it'll contort a bit more than normal. There are a lot of scenes played in slow motion, but it'll be while someone's doing something either completely ridiculous or totally mundane. The music will drone on really, really heavily, and so on and so forth. Every cliche is slightly more exaggerated. So I'm glad the film knew how to find the right balance in that regard. Now, I'm not going to say every single one of its jokes worked. I did find it to be a bit repetitive here and there, as it does tend to reuse some of the same gags a number of times, but I found it to hit much more than it missed. I also got to commend the film for having a pretty high production value. It was way higher than I was expecting a movie with this premise to have. It aesthetically even draws influences from David Lynch, a little bit of David Fincher, and even Stanley Kubrick, which is especially seen in this one gag where one of the characters will have this dead stare that reminded me of the Kubrick stare that we'd see in so many of his films. And all that being said, I honestly had a good time with this one. Despite the juvenile sounding premise, the execution was done so well that I found myself laughing a lot. If you're not into movies with an absurd sense of humor, you won't even make it past the title sequence. But if you can roll with it, you'll probably have a blast. Butt Boy gets a 7.5 out of 10. So let me know, did you see Butt Boy, or are you planning to see it, and what were your thoughts? Did you find it funny? Did you enjoy the concept? And what's one of the most bizarre movies you've seen? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and share it. And for more movie reviews and film discussion, please make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay updated. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll catch you next time.